Let's be honest for a second. Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered if the way you're aging is just inevitable? You know the feeling. You notice a few more lines that weren't there last year. Maybe your energy dips a little earlier in the afternoon. Or perhaps you just don't feel quite as sharp as you used to. And for the longest time, we've been told that this is just part of getting older. We're told that slowing down, losing our vitality, and feeling creaky is just the price of admission for a long life. But here's the thing. What if that's not the whole story? Imagine for a moment that your body isn't just a machine that wears out over time. Imagine instead that it's a self-repairing masterpiece, a system that is constantly trying to heal, renew, and rebuild itself. Because here is what is truly exciting. Science, and I mean real, rigorous medical research, is finally catching up to what nature has known all along. You actually have the power to slow down that clock. And you don't need expensive treatments. You don't need risky procedures. You don't even need a prescription pad. The most powerful pharmacy in the world isn't down the street. It's right there in your kitchen. Today, we're going to talk about 6 specific power foods. These aren't just healthy snacks. These are biological game changers. We're talking about foods that can lower your blood pressure, sharpen your memory, protect your DNA, and yes, even smooth out your skin from the inside out. So if you're ready to stop just getting older and start aging with real power and vitality, you're in the right place. Put the kettle on, get comfortable, and let's dive in. Now, before we get to that grocery list, I want you to understand why these foods work. Because when you understand the why, sticking to the habit becomes so much easier. Think of your body like a classic car. A classic car can run beautifully for decades, right? But what's the biggest enemy of that car? Rust. Rust happens when the metal reacts with oxygen over time. Well, believe it or not, your body goes through something very similar. Scientists call it oxidative stress. It's a fancy term, but think of it simply as biological rust. Every day, just by breathing and moving, your cells produce these little troublemakers called free radicals. If you don't keep them in check, they start to damage your cells. They mess with your DNA. They weaken your skin's elasticity. Essentially, they speed up the aging process. But that's not the only villain in the story. There is a second silent killer we need to talk about. Inflammation. Now, acute inflammation is good. It's how your body heals a cut or fights a cold. But chronic inflammation, that is like a slow-burning fire inside your body that never goes out. It damages your blood vessels, it clouds your brain, and it drains your energy. So, here is the million-dollar question. How do we put out the fire and scrape off the rust? This is where food comes in. You see, the 6 foods we're about to cover are packed with compounds called polyphenol. I love that word. Polyphenol. Think of polyphenol as your body's private security team. When you eat them, they go on patrol. They hunt down those free radicals. They calm down that inflammation. They tell your cells, hey, it's time to repair. It's time to rebuild. It is literally information for your biology. And the best part, you don't have to wait years to see the difference. Research suggests that when you start feeding your body the right fuel, these repair processes can kick in within days. Isn't that remarkable? You have more control than you think. So let's stop talking theory and get to the good stuff. What specifically should you be putting in your shopping cart? All right, let's get into the specifics. These are the tools you want to have in your toolbox, or rather, your pantry, to start turning things around. Number 1 is what I like to call nature's anti-aging candy. I'm talking about berries. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. If it's a berry, it's your friend. Now, you might just see a tasty breakfast topping. But when a scientist looks at a blueberry, they see a powerhouse of color. And here's a fascinating little fact. The natural chemicals that give berries their deep, vibrant colors, those are the polyphenol we talked about earlier. Specifically, they are called anthocyanins. Think of these colors as a shield. In nature, these colors protect the berry from sunlight and stress. And when you eat them, they pass that protection right on to you. Research published in major nutrition journals has shown that people who eat these foods regularly actually have fewer visible signs of aging. We're talking about skin elasticity, fewer wrinkles, less sagging. Why? Because berries help lower that oxidative stress, that biological rust that damages your skin cells. So here's my tip for you. Don't just save berries for a special occasion. Throw a handful of blueberries into your morning oatmeal or yogurt. It's the easiest, tastiest prescription you'll ever fill. Now, number 2 is going to sound too good to be true, but I promise you the science is there. Food number 2 is dark chocolate. Yes, you heard me right. I am telling you to eat chocolate. But hold on a second. I'm not talking about a milky, sugary candy bar you pick up at the checkout counter. That is mostly sugar, and sugar is an aging accelerator. I'm talking about the real deal. High quality, dark chocolate. Look for 80% cocoa or higher. The cocoa bean is actually incredibly rich in bioactives. It's packed with antioxidants that support your circulation. And healthy circulation is the secret to getting oxygen to your brain and nutrients to your skin. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but 85% chocolate is so bitter. You're right, it can be intense. So, try this little trick. Take a small square of that dark chocolate and have it with your morning coffee. The bitterness of the coffee actually balances out the bitterness of the chocolate. They work together perfectly. Plus, you're getting a double dose of antioxidants from the coffee bean and the cocoa bean. It's a win-win. Let's move on to number 3. This one is crucial for your brain. Number 3 is nuts, walnuts, pistachios, almonds, cashews. For years, people were scared of nuts because they are high in fat. But we now know that is the wrong way to look at it. Your brain is actually made up of about 60% fat. It needs healthy fats to function. Walnuts, in particular, are fantastic because they are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are like premium oil for your brain's engine. They help lower inflammation in the brain, which is key to staying sharp and focused as we get older. There was a massive study involving over 100,000 people that found regular nut eaters had less inflammation and better health outcomes than those who avoided them. Here's a simple way to do it. Keep a small bowl of mixed nuts on your kitchen counter. Just a small handful a day is all you need. You can even roast them lightly with a little rosemary. Rosemary contains rosmarinic acid, another compound that fights aging. So now you're stacking one healthy habit on top of another. So we got berries for your skin, chocolate for your circulation, and nuts for your brain. But we aren't done yet. The next 3 foods are the heavy hitters for your heart and your joints. And number 4, it might just be the most important oil change your body ever gets. Now, number 4 is a big one. This is the food that helps pave the highways of your blood vessels. Number 4 is fatty fish. We're talking about salmon, mackerel, sardines, and anchovies. I know. Sardines and anchovies might not be everyone's favorite. But remember those omega-3s we talked about with walnuts? Well, fatty fish is the ultimate source. Dr. William Lee often explains that these healthy fats help maintain the lining of your blood vessels. You have over 60,000 miles of blood vessels in your body. That is enough to wrap around the earth twice. You need those highways smooth and clear, so oxygen can get where it needs to go. Now, if you really cannot stand the taste of fish, or maybe you have an allergy, don't worry. You can get similar benefits from a high-quality omega-3 supplement. But if you can eat the real thing, aim for a portion about the size of a deck of cards, 2 or 3 times a week. Next up is number 5. In the Mediterranean, they call this liquid gold. Number 5 is extra virgin olive oil. This isn't just a cooking ingredient. It is a medicine. Extra virgin olive oil, or EVOO, is loaded with a powerful polyphenol called hydroxytyrosol. That is a mouthful, I know. But all you need to know is that it is a potent anti-inflammatory. It lowers the heat in your body. But here is the catch, and this is important. You have to buy the right kind. You want extra virgin, and ideally you want it from a single source. Look for the words monovarietal on the bottle. That usually means higher quality and more of those healing polyphenol. How do you use it? Don't just cook with it. Pour it on raw. Drizzle it over your salad, your veggies, or even dip a little sourdough bread in it. Aim for 3 to 4 tablespoons a day. It's delicious and your heart will thank you. And finally, number 6. This one is the unsung hero of longevity. Number 6 is beans and legumes. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans. If you look at the blue zones, those places in the world where people live to be over 100, this is the one food they all eat. Why? Because they are packed with fiber. And fiber is the favorite food of your gut microbiome. When your gut bacteria are happy, your immune system is strong, and your inflammation goes down. Plus, beans are a slow-burning energy source. They don't spike your blood sugar. They keep it steady. And steady blood sugar is key to slowing down aging. So we have filled your cart with berries, chocolate, nuts, fish, olive oil, and beans. That is a powerful lineup. But to really get the results you want, we have to look at the other side of the coin. What should you stop eating? There's one major category that acts like an aging accelerator. Ultra-processed foods and added sugars. We're talking about the stuff in crinkly packages. Sodas, store-bought pastries, chips, and processed meats. Here is why they are so dangerous for aging. It comes down to 3 letters. AG. Yes, that stands for Advanced Glycation End Products. Think of it like this. You know what happens when you caramelize sugar in a pan? It gets sticky and brown and hard, right? Well, when you eat too much added sugar and refined carbs, a similar process happens inside your body. The sugar binds to your proteins, like the collagen in your skin, and makes them stiff and sticky. When your collagen gets stiff, your skin sags. When your blood vessels get stiff, your blood pressure goes up. So, a .G, .es literally make you age. Now, you don't have to be perfect. But if you can swap that soda for sparkling water, or swap that candy bar for a piece of fruit, you are stopping that caramelization process in its tracks. So here's the good news. Aging isn't about giving up. It's not about a slow decline. It is about a choice you make every time you sit down to eat. You have the power to heal your body. You have the power to protect your mind. And you have the power to add life to your years, not just years to your life. Here is my challenge to you for this week. Don't try to change everything overnight. That's too hard. Just pick one of the foods we talked about today. Maybe you buy a bag of walnuts. Maybe you switch to extra virgin olive oil. Just pick one and add it to your routine. Then, come back here and let me know how you feel. I really want to hear from you. Which of these 6 foods is your favorite? Or is there one you're willing to try for the first time? Leave a comment down below. I love reading your stories. If you found this helpful, please give this video a like. It really helps our community grow. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a tip on how to stay young, healthy, and vibrant. Here's to your health. I'll see you in the next video.